We as human beings, we have two types of fear. We have fear of external situations like social anxiety, which is what we want to talk about in this video. Fear of death, fear of getting into debt, fear of losing your job. Then we have fear of your own thoughts and feelings, which is what you're struggling with. Fear of the panic attacks, fear of the weird emotions, fear of the intrusive thoughts. So in this particular video, we want to talk about social anxiety, how it manifested for me and how I was able to overcome social anxiety. So if that's something that you struggle with, keep it locked up to the end of this video. If you're new here or you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Melly Albert. Albert is an ex-anxiety sufferer who uses her own experience of suffering and recovery to help others who are still struggling. In this channel, we create videos about everything concerning anxiety. Whether you're struggling with social anxiety, want to talk about it in this video, generalized anxiety disorder, health anxiety, OCD, depression, panic disorder, agoraphobia, any type of anxiety disorder, you are sensitized, you are in the right place. If you have not yet subscribed yet, I would urge you to watch this video up to the end. If you feel like this video is valuable or you want to see more of this content on your timeline, kindly hit that subscription button. Otherwise, let's get started into this video. So growing up, let me just say pre-anxiety, before I started struggling with anxiety, I was just a normal person out there who gets, who typically gets anxious when they want to talk in front of people, when they are passing a crowd. I was just like experiencing normal anxiety the way other people experience anxiety out there. But when I started struggling with anxiety, I could not pass where two or more people are gathered. I just felt like, they could notice something was wrong with me. And also with my massive weight loss, I just felt like they could notice something was wrong with me or they were talking about me. I could not stand conversations. Let me give you a list of how social anxiety manifested for me. When I was outside or when I was with people, I used to experience racing thoughts. I was shaking. I was having feelings of unreality. I could ruminate. Rumination means like when I said something or when I did something, when I was back to my corner, when I was back in the house, I could overthink. I could repeatedly think about what I said or what I did. I was, my mind could go blank when I was talking to people. I could feel numb. Conversations just felt overwhelming. I couldn't stand conversation. Who can relate with any of that? If you can relate with any of that, can you kindly use this emoji in the comment section, or you can say what you can relate with or how social anxiety manifests for you. Right now, when I think of it, having struggled with, social anxiety for a long period of time, for 6 years, I feel like it is not caused by what other people are thinking of you. It is caused by what you yourself think they are thinking of you. Because this world, like, people are so wrapped up in their life, in what they're going through, that they have no time to think about you. They have no time to think about others. So social anxiety is caused by what you think other people are thinking of you. It is caused when you're experiencing low self-esteem, the beliefs you have about yourself. That's what you project. You think, okay, since I think this way, other people might also be seeing this thing, but they are not. They are too wrapped up thinking about their own situation. They don't have time to think about about you. And also it is fueled by fear of rejection. You think that maybe you are not fun enough, you are not fun to be with, and you don't want to be rejected by people. That's what drives social anxiety. Most people struggling with anxiety, they're so internally focused, they're so inwardly focused, that when you are in a conversation or when they are around people, it is like it's like multitasking. You're trying to be in the conversation and also trying to figure out how to get out of the anxiety cycle. You're trying to figure out what is wrong with you, why you're experiencing these symptoms, and also trying to be with people. You're trying to be present, you're trying to focus on the conversation. So the conversation obviously is gonna feel draining because you can't do two tasks at a time. So you find yourself now you are avoiding people because you find people are just too much to deal with. They're just too much overwhelming, and avoidance keeps you stuck with anxiety. If you want to stay stuck in the anxiety cycle for a long period of time, for a while, then avoid things. You are avoiding, going out, you are canceling social plans. This signifies the brain that being around people or being outside is a threat. So therefore, the next time you're gonna go around others, even the thought of going out is gonna make you anxious. So you always wonder, why is it that when I'm with people, I'm always anxious, I can't stand conversation? It is because of the message you send to the brain. You signify the brain because of you're always running away, because of you're always canceling social plans, because of you're always avoiding. You signify the brain that being with people or being around people is a threat. It literally makes you anxious because of the way you behave, because you always avoid, because you always panic, you always, fight whatever you're feeling at that particular moment, you always resist, you're always doing something. So you are bound to feel anxious the next time you try to be with people, the next time you try and go out. So that's the reason why you feel anxious when you are with people. Something also that added to my social anxiety, first of all, I always thought that, okay, maybe people will notice, that something is wrong with me. And also my massive weight loss made me just avoid people, because I always knew the next question is, you have lost weight, what is wrong with you? And with anxiety, you can't literally just start telling people, I'm struggling with anxiety. They won't get it. The only people who can get your anxiety, the state, who can feel exactly, who can fit into those shoes, are people who have struggled with anxiety, because they understand exactly what you're talking about. That's why you find that even outside there, when you start telling people, this is how I feel, they just can't get it. They tell you to, snap out of it. They tell you to, stop worrying, stop overthinking, you will be okay. I went through all of those things. You will be okay, we are praying for you and all of that stuff. They just don't get exactly what is happening. That's why I always say, just as long as you have a community, I'm creating a community here. I'm here to listen to you. If you want to join my program, to find others who are in the same shoe as yours, who are trying to get out of the anxiety cycle, those are the only people who could get exactly this picture of anxiety. Otherwise, just telling people randomly out there, it will be it will be an insult someday. No, what is this one talking? And he's suffering from mental illness, and you're not even really suffering from mental illness. You are simply having sensitized nerves. So just telling people randomly out there, I'm feeling this, they just don't get it. When you avoid these places, when you avoid going outside, because you believe that going outside is the problem, you believe that people are the problem. People are not the problem. The problem is inside. Like, you need to fix inside. You need to learn how to respond instead of reacting when you are with people. People have never been the problem. It is you who is trying to run away from a feeling. You are trying to run away from being anxious when you are with people, and this sends a wrong signal to the brain. Therefore, you will be stuck. You will always be avoiding. You will always be canceling social place, because this is how you have trained your brain. Remember, we are trying to form new pathways. We are trying to teach our brain new behaviors. How are you going to teach your brain new behaviors? How are you going to form these neural pathways if you are still doing the same behaviors that are keeping you stuck in that situation? The key is to be with people. The key is to do exposures. The key is to stay a little bit longer. Don't run away. You have been in the mall for 10 minutes, but now you want to run away because you feel anxious. Do not run away. Do not resist what you're feeling. Do not fight what you're feeling. Stay in that place, stay in that restaurant, stay in that mall, because you're trying to teach your brain something. You're trying to show it that, please, can you stop misfiring? I don't need these alarms, because I'm safe here. And the brain only learns through actions. It does not learn through affirmations. It does not learn through logic, through what you tell it. It only learns through actions, by you staying there and not avoiding. And let me tell you something, it's gonna be uncomfortable. You will feel like running away. You will feel like, canceling that plan. You will feel like avoiding. But the only way to be comfortable is to face the, discomfort. You can only be comfortable if you are willing to be uncomfortable. So face the discomfort. Be there, even though you're feeling like, running away. It is like sitting in the fire. It is, it is burning you. It is coming with the heat. But you sit there because you know what? The long-term goal is to show your brain that, really, I don't need these alarms. I am safe at this particular place. You have to wear the discomfort like an uncomfortable coat. And let me tell you something, anxiety is a blessing in disguise. I always say that, because when you are struggling with anxiety at this particular moment, you might feel like it is the worst thing, like you can't even wish it for your worst enemy. But when you recover, it is like it is a blessing in disguise. Because I told you, like, there are a couple of lessons that you take from anxiety. For example, you become more emotionally intelligent. You see things clearly. There are things that pre-anxiety or right now, they might you might react to them. You might want to intervene, but right now you're just like calm. You see things clearly. You become intelligent. You become sharper. There's just a way you see life, as opposed to you pre-anxiety or when struggling with anxiety. Like, even when I wanted to start this YouTube channel, even when I wanted to start talking about anxiety, because I believed like I am the one who is supposed to do it. If I don't do it, who will? So pre-anxiety, I think I would have cared, like, now what will people think? Now I want to talk to people. I don't know even if, like, my campus mates are seeing this thing. Now they know that I used to suffer from this thing. I used to feel, I used to have suicidal thoughts. But after recovering now, when I started, sharing my journey and I started helping others, I was like, who cares? Who cares? Like, I mean, literally, who cares? I'll just be here talking to myself. Literally, when I'm doing these videos, at some point, I always feel anxious. I become nervous sometimes, but I'm just like, okay, I'm talking to myself. It's just me and my camera. So, I mean, who cares? I just relax and be myself. So you literally just not care about anything. And also, it's always the fact that I feel like when I was struggling with anxiety, I was all alone. Not even, like, no one really got exactly what I was talking about. All that pain. Now, I want to care about what someone is thinking about me. Kwani, who are they? Who are they? Like, literally. So it comes with a couple of lessons. So anxiety is a blessing in this, guys. Even when you become, I always say, you become a better version of yourself. The old you is underneath, yes, but you will become a better version of yourself when you heal from anxiety. The parting shot for this video, I want to tell you to remove that mask. It is really exhausting to walk around wearing a mask, pretending to be someone that you're not. Of course, feel what needs to be felt. It's not like when I say that, I feel I mean that, you need to suppress your emotions. You need to ignore your emotions. Feel what needs to be felt. But walking around wearing a mask, pretending to be someone that you're not, it's exhausting, and it is the reason why you are avoiding people. You are avoiding to be in crowds, because it's like you're performing. You're not yourself. So remove that mask. It is so uncomfortable. It is so exhausting. It is so overwhelming. And do exposures. Go outside more frequently, just to show your brain that really these places, there is no danger at these places. There is no threat at these places, and it is uncomfortable. You will feel like running away, but just be at those places, because the long-term goal that you're aiming to. You're trying to show your brain that stop sending me these alarms. So get comfortable with the uncomfortable. Avoiding only keeps you stuck, and if you are not living your life, probably by this time next year we'll still be talking about I'm stuck in this cycle, I don't understand. It is because of your avoidance behaviors. It is because of your resistance behaviors. You are adding second fears. Drop the second fears, drop the mask, and stay a little bit longer when you're outside. Don't run away or don't avoid. So if you have watched up to this point and you feel like you need to let go of the anxiety subject, you want to talk to me directly so that I can understand your specific situation, use this WhatsApp or this email to reach out to me. I have a program where I help people overcome anxiety disorders. And let me tell you something, this is not a quick fix approach. If you're looking for quick fixes, then go and look somewhere. This is about retraining your mind. It is about training your body to not react in fear, to not react in panic. And the long-term goal is that you are going to overcome those symptoms permanently. I'm going to be educating you on the anxiety subject. I'm going to be telling you how to respond. If we've talked and I've understood your specific situation, I'm going to tell you the behaviors that are keeping you stuck with anxiety and exactly what I did to overcome anxiety. So if that is you are interested on working with me, use this WhatsApp or this email to reach out to me. Otherwise, let's meet on the next one.